Hi, this is Lisa from Quilt Beginnings, and this is the next Kimberbell project, and this is what we're making. This is how we roll. Okay, hi everybody, Kimberbellas and fellas. I have pulled out my kit here, and you should have two backs. I've already ironed them. I've already ironed the part of the front. Here's your other front. You have your leather. All we need is 3 threads, 3 different colors threads. The teal is the 376 out of the Floriani line, and of course black and white. Tape, I've already hooped my stabilizer, and I've got my scissors already just in case. The wonderful Quilt Beginnings scissors set. I love that set. So anyway, let's go to the sewing machine. Load the first, and it's only one design. So all you have to do is load the one design. Okay, everybody, so I've entered my hoop or inserted my hoop, put the clasp down. This is a Baby Lock Visionary, IQ Visionary Baby, it's wonderful, Solaris. I have plain gray thread in, and as you can see, I have my design up here, and then it always tells you where you are in this little square right over here. So all it's going to do is stitch the placement line for the batting. So we're going to press go. Okay, so I just noticed, I was talking to Katie about this. I noticed that it says note down here, this hoop attaches on the right. We're not going to worry about that. It's just as long as you've got it in here, when you pull it out of the hoop, it's going to be whatever way you have it. Don't worry about what side that's on at all. So, okay, so I've got my batting line stitched out, as you can see. And then over here on the picture, I'm gonna place my batting. That was the batting placement stitch. I need to speak more clearly, right? Okay, so I'm not even gonna tape it because you don't have to. And it's gonna stitch this line right here in the center too. Tack it down. Okay, so on my instructions, it says you don't have to trim the batting at this time, so we're just going to leave it as it is. This is such a nice, easy, quick little project. You can make 20 of these for Christmas and call it a day. And you want to place your blue fabric right side up. I'm making sure that I cover that line. All the lines are covered. This is one time when you want to be outside the lines, right? Have your fabric outside the lines. So, and you can have that raw edge there, that's not a problem. And I'm going to stitch that line down, making sure I'm double checking my instructions. Okay, and so that is kind of like my placement line. I'm going to take my polka dot. I hope you like this teal and blue. I think it's really cute. We did not have orange, so we decided to go with the teal. And I think you'll like it. I hope you like it. And I'm going to place it right side down or right sides together, and then we're going to flip and fold, is what we call that little technique. Okay, and this is where we fold. I'm not even going to take the hoop out. I'm just going to flip it and just kind of finger press it. And then it's going to do a little tack down line for the outside top. So here we go. Okay, and I am going to change my top thread, and it says I'm on step 14 on page 6, and it's the quilting detail. So I'm going to change it to white thread. Okay. Okay, so for the next step, Kimberbellas and fellas, all it is just the outline placement stitch for the leather die, and I'm just going to leave the white thread in. Okay, so that was the placement stitch, and one thing that's nice about Kimberbell, they always make sure that they give you plenty of fabric to work with. So I'm just going to make sure that I have all of those lines covered. And this is their Kimberbell leather, so it's not going to stitch around the outside after I trim it. That's just how it's going to be. So I'll take it over, after this is done stitching, I'll take it over and oh, and I'm supposed to change the thread to black, but I'll take it over and trim it afterwards. So again, this is stitched in black. So isn't this cute? So I'm going to trim those threads later when we're all done, and maybe when it's even completely all done. But I am going to trim around here using our little Quilt Beginning scissors, duck-bill scissors. And again, this will not get stitched around. So what I cut, however well I cut, will be it. So... Okay, so as you can see, I already trimmed the dice, and I I placed it back in here, locked it in place, and I didn't even have to change my thread because the next step is black thread, and it's going to print out, stitch out, "This is how we." So, and it's an 8-minute stitch out. So I've already placed my first backing down, and then they tell you to overlap about 1 inch on the flap right here. So I've got more than 1 inch. And again, you want to place the fabric outside the lines. One time when you want to be outside the lines, or several times. And then I tape with this wonderful, wonderful Kimberbell paper tape. And you can stitch right over it. And you want to, because otherwise it might get gummed up and get stuck. So with your presser foot. So I've got it taped right over on that fold. We're going to stitch around the outside. Okay, so that's the end of the stitching. And this is the point where you can take it out of the hoop. You never want to take a project out of the hoop until they say you can. So this is always the magic moment. And take it out here. So you can see that this paper tape is awesome. It just peels right out of there. So I'll take it out before I take it out of the hoop. Okay, so I've taken it out of the hoop, and I like to trim at almost 1/8 of an inch, And I like to use my rulers too. So I'm just gonna trim, 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 trim. I also teach rotary cutting, and I don't know if you hear that click every time. I really, really try to focus on that. I try to click it locked every time I lay it down. So, and I'm trimming very close because you don't want a lot of bulk. I'm going to move over just a little bit on this one. There we go. Oh my goodness, we're almost done. It's such a cute project. Okay, and then I always kind of go in here. I didn't leave a lot. Okay, so here's the, I'm gonna trim this. So here's the fun part. You get to turn, 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 turn. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And turn, turn, turn. And I don't have my iron on. You probably could iron this. Oh, I forgot to bring a, what do you call it, turning tool. So I'm going to use this eraser. You could use a purple thing, or you could use the metal one, whatever's kind of handy. Like I said, I'm using the end of this pen. It's like, oh my gosh, isn't that cute? And then you can just kind of press it. And if you wanted to, if that really bugged you, you could take some of that double-sided hemming tape and just iron that closed. So, all done.